Alright gentlemen, this video is going to show you a few useful grenade spots for Havana. We'll be using frag and semtex grenades, and I'll show you some good choke points and some useful spots for objective gameplay. Some spots are more difficult than others to hit consistently, so I'll be giving a difficulty rating out of 5 for each one. So let's have a look. This fountain area is perhaps the biggest choke point in the whole map. A lot of enemies choose to take cover behind this fountain, and they're very hard to kill when you come out of the doors by A flag. There's an easy counter to that. So for semtex, you stand on this grate, line up the crosshairs with the edge of this building about 3 feet up, jump and throw. You'll need to make sure that you jump to give it the extra elevation just to make it past the fountain. This should give you some idea of the size of the building you've got to try and clear. So for frag grenades it's exactly the same. Stand on the grate, line up the crosshairs with the side of the building, and just as the crosshairs are about to blink for the 3rd time, jump and throw. Enemies coming out of C can use the fountain too. It's not as much of a problem, but it's always nice to know the counter to it. Again, you can use either semtex or frag to get them out of here. So let's look at the semtex option first. You want to back right up into this corner, put your crosses to the lower part of these leaves, and jump and throw. If you do it right, it'll explode in mid-air and kill everyone behind the fountain. You can also do this with a frag grenade, so it's the same concept. Back right up into the corner, let it blink twice, jump and throw. Like I say, people don't use that side of the fountain as cover too often, but if the problem should arise, you'll know how to deal with them. The next 2 spots will apply mostly to domination, and the B flag in particular. Enemies coming from the C flag will use this car as cover when they try to capture B, and they can be really hard to shoot out of there with bullets. So if you're spawning at C flag, you want to stand on this pavement, line up next to the scooter, let the crosshairs blink twice, jump forward and throw. This grenade's very tricky to hit because you want the frag grenade to explode directly on the B flag in mid-air. Similarly, enemies spawning at C will use this car as cover to help them capture B. When they're prone, they can be very difficult to shoot out of there. This spot will require you to use a frag grenade, and it will take a lot of practice. Make sure you stand on this corner of the fountain. Line up your crosshairs with the B flag in the middle of that white cloud. Let the crosshairs blink once, jump forward and throw. You want to get the nade to bounce off the roof of the building. It'll take a lot of practice, but you'll eventually get it landing directly on the flag. In demolition, Objective A is in a very open spot, but has tall buildings surrounding it. But it is possible for both attackers and defenders to get grenades onto the bomb. Now, for some reason I put the plant time on 10 seconds in this private match. I have no idea why, but it seemed like a good idea at the time. But nonetheless, when the attackers have this bomb planted, it's possible for you and your teammates to launch a grenade directly onto it from over the building. So when he's been called out as defusing the bomb, climb onto the tip of this wall, aim your semtex just to the lower left of this star. You'll have to excuse my poor acting, but I was trying to use 2 controls at the same time. So if you imagine he's defusing the bomb right now, he's just been called out, and the semtex is about to come over the building. Make sure you aim your crosshairs to the left of where it says target A on your heads-up display. That way the grenade will land behind the objective, to the side which they generally defuse from. If you can hit it with a semtex, you know you can hit it with a frag grenade. This time around I was smart enough to change the plant time to only 5 seconds. That made the process much easier. So if you imagine him being called out now, run up to the corner of the pavement, aim your grenade over the top of the star, but line it up with the target A on your heads-up display. Let the crosshairs blink twice and jump before you throw it. Again, this is what it's going to look like from the diffuser's point of view. So if you imagine him defusing now and he's just been called out by the man he just killed. This is a very useful nade placement if it's too dangerous to go around the corner and shoot him off the bomb. You can also get a grenade to target A from the defender's point of view. So if an attack has been called out as planting the bomb, you can run up to this fountain, stand on this particular corner, and line up the crosshair so that the right tick meets the brown part of this building. This is useful if you think it's too dangerous to go through the archway and look at the bomb directly. So it's the same concept with a frag grenade. So when the attack has been called out as planting, you want to run up to the fountain again, stand on the same corner, let the crosshairs blink 3 times and aim in exactly the same place. Let the right tick line up with the brown part of the building. It's important to get the timing right with this frag grenade. The crosshairs need to blink 3 times before you throw it, otherwise the grenade will travel too far and it may miss him completely. Alrighty gentlemen, that's all I've got for you. Let me know if you found it useful, and if you've got a particular map you'd like to see some nade spots for, then please feel free to say. And if you liked it, please give it a like. Thank you very, very much. I'm out.